What's your assessment of this newly minted cabinet from the point of view of your constituents and your party?
Well, let me just put it this way. My constituents, as far as they are concerned, nothing has changed. Secondly, if you go out on the street, because this time I'm going to say that my constituents are all the oppressed and all the people, they don't call it renewed hope. They call it renewed shege. They're in trouble. And we see it and we really don't know where we're going with it. I represent Abia South, part of the Southeast. And so the Southeast, we're looking at the changes. So what are the changes for the Southeast? You remove one minister for the Southeast, you replace with another minister. So what do we have? This President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria breaching the Constitution and going on as if it does not matter that he's breaching the Constitution.
And meaning the reflection of the federal sort of spread.
Precisely.
Right.
Precisely. Section 14.3 and 14.4 of the Constitution is very clear. It's also a mandatory provision of the federal government. And so the president has breached it for the past 18 months plus and does not seem to want to, because we thought that with these changes, maybe there will be some adjustments that will also put some balm on what is going on in the minds of people from the Southeast. And sometimes when I discuss with my friends in the administration, the first thing they ask me, you Igbos, what do you want? I want to tell everyone, what do the Igbos want? Fairness and equity, which is in the Constitution. That's all that we want. Treat us as you're treating everybody else. The Igbo ethos is Egbebere, Ugobere. Let the hawk and the eagle perch. Let no one oppress the other. Every Igbo person is imbued inside us. So anytime that an Igbo person sees that you're not treating him fairly, they come out. And so for the Southeast, as far as they are concerned, okay, you can change, but like the French say, plus ça change, plus ça mène chose. The more things change, the more they remain the same.
Right. So basically, your assessment is that the Southeast has been shortchanged in this latest
From beginning.
Right.
From beginning. Okay. What does the Constitution say? The Constitution says that you have to have one minister per state. Now, from the Obasanjo government, they started having 42 because they have one for zone. But even President Buhari, that did not, as far as we know, have any empathy for the Southeast, still gave one more minister to the Southeast. And so, but what do we have today? Just that 5 for the 5 states of the Southeast. So, when our people say this is renewed shege, that means that we're even worse off than we were before now. And so, if you're just going to give us only that thing that the Constitution stipulates for us, yet some zones, there are 6, have 10 ministers, some have 9, some have 7. You want to ask yourself, is it fair? Is it just? Is it equitable? If it's not, then if you now tell us, okay, you're doing well for us, we'll wait for tomorrow. As far as the Southeast is concerned, it's waiting for Godot.
Right. So the issue you have is that it's not whether or not there's one minister from each southeastern state. It's the fact that other states have more ministers.
No, not the other states, the zones. You know,
right.
We have 6 geopolitical zones. So you don't treat one geopolitical zone as if it's an appendage of every other one. That is just what I'm saying. And President Tinubu has the responsibility to make things right. So when you come in saying, I'm going to make things right, I'm doing things, and yet you still continue, I don't think that anybody will be happy with that.
How much political traction is the president likely to get in the Southeast from the appointment of Bianca Ojukwu, who is the widow of the former Biafran leader, Emeka Ojukwu, as a minister? Will that win Mr. Tinubu plaudits in that region, or will they just roll their eyes? I mean, she is actually, her husband, the late husband, founded the party that you're a member of.
Yes, of course. I'm a member of ABGA. She's also a key member of ABGA. But I think that she deserves to be a minister in her own right. But making her a minister is not meant for the Southeast. The point really is that, well, maybe those who are advising Mr. President are not giving him the proper advice. Like I said, what the Southeast wants. He said, do to me the way you are doing to others.
Right. So what would have satisfied...
You can give to her. She deserves it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But that will not bring the Southeast to say, okay, because you have given to her, therefore, it has covered all the anomalies.
Right. So what would have satisfied you?
What would have satisfied us is, okay, fine. You have 50 ministries. You're sharing it by 6. What does that give everybody? At least each zone will get 8. At least. But then some are more, some are less, or at least each zone will get 7. Just like that. That would have now told everybody that you're even-handed. But when you even go beyond that, look at what Section 14.3 says. Section 14.3 says that you will have to run the state in a manner that does not show a preponderance of this from one zone. So what do we have today? The whole of the economy is in the hands of one zone. CBN, this, that, finance, everybody. Just check it. And so you ask yourself, is this what is contained in the Constitution? Section 14.4 also even says that you ought to do things so that you do not make others feel that they are not taken care of. So, as far as we are concerned, we don't think that they are getting it right.
You know, the problem that I notice in this country is that everybody has a beef. It doesn't matter which part of the country you... No, seriously. It doesn't matter which part of the country you... If you go to the north right now, they have... what you're talking about, how many ministers they got or whatever, is just, as far as I'm concerned, it's completely irrelevant.
No. You just talked about the minister.
I know.
I'm dealing with that. If you come to another area,
let's go to another area, because, another area that people have a lot of problems with is the National Assembly, of which you're a member. In fact, you've been a member there. You're one of the, longest-serving senators by today's standards.
Sure.
Or certainly members of the National Assembly. Sure. And, for example, Bianca Ojukwu has just been nominated. Her nomination, along with the others, will now move to the Senate, where you work, for approval.
Yes.
Or, as some believe, to be rubber stamped, because many Nigerians believe that the National Assembly and the Senate simply rubber stamps everything the president does.
Well, let me put it this way. Every leadership of the National Assembly tends to stamp their own
imprimatur
on it. And so if the leadership today feels that they need to work closely with the president, then that may be what will seem to be like this. But don't forget one crucial fact. Most of the members of this 10th National Assembly were new. So they had not imbibed the ethos that we are actually a different arm of government.
Well, aren't they supposed to be given training and stuff?
No, you get the training, but you get it by doing. I've stayed there for a very long time. That means I know I have had to. At the first time I also came, I think I was also feeling that, maybe this is not what you're supposed to do, maybe this, but that is exactly where we are. It does not necessarily mean that that is what every member of the National Assembly wants. Unfortunately, the Nigerian public does not realize that we also have to do things by votes. And so I may say no to what they like. But once it's put to vote, I now take responsibility for even those things that I do not like.
Right.